Hi, I'm Jeremy from International Sportsman. Today we're looking at the Griffin Armament Recce 5. This silencer has been around for almost a full decade, has gone through several iterations, and it keeps on getting better. Currently we're on the Mod 4, the 4th generation of the Recce 5, and there have been a lot of improvements made from the original. First off, they added a flash hider end cap that was introduced a couple of generations back. It has the latest generation of EcoFlow baffles from Griffin Armament, so less back pressure and great sound performance. It is made of 17.4 stainless that's H900 heat treated, so it is extremely durable for full auto 5.56, and it's even rated up to 22-250. Now, as I mentioned, it's gone through several iterations, and the current version has no minimum barrel length restriction as far as what you can shoot on it. They do say that obviously longer barrels will have a longer lifespan. We know that, and of course if you use a muzzle brake, that will increase the life of your silencer as well. Now, the current generation comes in at 1.47 inches in diameter, has an overall length of 6.2 inches, and what's really interesting is it only adds 4.9 inches of length to your rifle if you use the included muzzle device. It weighs 14.5 ounces, making it a compact rifle silencer for 5.56. Now, way back, I got to shoot and test the first generation of the Recce 5 silencer, and I was impressed even back then. The silencer has always been a leader in its class for sound performance, size, and weight. So let's take a look at some more improvements from this generation. So one of the things that Griffin has done is they've upgraded the taper mount system on the current generation of the Recce 5. This is the rapid index taper, which is much faster than the old taper mount. So here you can see a side-by-side comparison of me attaching my older generation Griffin Sportsman versus the new Recce 5, and you can see that it's much faster to index and tighten down. Now, the Recce 5 is compatible with all of the old Griffin taper mounts. The Griffin taper mount has also gone through some improvements over the years. So they have added wrench flats to certain muzzle devices. The mount that ships with it has wrench flats on the front of it. They've added a flat to the back here where you can put a screwdriver in or a wrench and take it off of the silencer if it happens to unscrew while it's stuck inside of the silencer. Now, this used to happen a lot whenever people weren't torquing down their muzzle devices to the correct specs or using Loctite or Rockset or something like that. As people have become more and more familiar with the silencer, that isn't really an issue these days. However, Griffin is thinking of the customers by including features like that that allow you to service the can and take the muzzle device out if you didn't torque it down to the correct specs on your rifle. Now, one of the things I mentioned is Griffin has updated the baffles with the EcoFlow baffles. This gives less back pressure and better sound performance, but also longevity of the silencer. In a lot of testing, silencer companies have found that stainless steel outlasts Inconel, which is very popular in a lot of silencers, or Stellite, which was very popular around the time of this silencer's introduction. 17.4 stainless steel that's heat treated can actually take more abuse, more full auto fire. Again, no barrel restrictions as far as what this can handle as far as length. And it's just a more durable material in the long run. So now you have an overview of what the Recce 5 is and what it does. Let's head out to the range and shoot several different guns so you can hear a side-by-side comparison of how they sound on different calibers. All right, we're out here doing our testing of the Griffin Recce 5 and Recce 7. So depending on which video you're watching, go watch the other one. We've got the ACR in 5.56, 16-inch barrel. We've got a 18-inch Palmetto 308 AR-10 We've got the Remington Model 7 16-inch 308, a little bit of a Frankenstein 300 blackout build here. The Griffin Mark 1 upper in 16 inches and a Griffin Mark 1 in 14.5. And then we've got the Blaser R8 in 300 Win Mag. So that's a look at the Griffin Recce 5. Guys, as I mentioned, this silencer has had almost a decade run, and it is really, it's really impressive. You know, for a silencer company to be making the same silencer that they did since 2012 speaks volumes to the popularity of this silencer. Now, it has gone through quite a few upgrades, and it's improved with time, which only helps the end consumer. You know, as I mentioned, this flash hider end cap reduces the flash. It really cuts down on that. That was a specific request from law enforcement that they cut down on the flash signature of the silencer. And it really does work. They've decreased the weight, made it a little bit shorter, and, you know, decreased the back pressure with this newest generation. So what's not to love? You know, again, the taper mounts have been improved, and overall Griffin, I mean, they do this with all their silencers, but they just keep improving the models they have, and they keep them relevant to new buyers. So if you want to learn more and see some more pictures about the Recce 5, go check out our article on International Sportsman. Don't forget to hit that like button, we'd appreciate that. Give us a follow on Facebook, and we'll see you soon.